Good morning, everyone. It's Imara Ifawuyi. You're on Our Mother's Way channel. We're here on the beautiful island that you can't see from where I'm at of St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands today, and I wanted to chat a little bit. Um, so I just had a really weird experience. And this goes back to, kind of all of this scare around this so-called virus and all this stuff that's going on, these regulations and kind of what seems to be excessive ordinances and things around that, around mask wearing and all of that. But there's one store that I frequent here on the island. Now you can see some of the beauty. And it's a store that is very close to my house, like literally across the street. And so I go in there every morning. Sometimes I get coffee, juice, whatever, fresh juice. And I walk in, and immediately, and it started yesterday, I noticed, but immediately some of the workers are bouncing on me about having my mask down, below my nose. Now, many of you, and I didn't really share this on here, but I had a pretty scary health incident about 5 weeks ago. And so I lost a lot of blood. And so there's, some concerns with me around my blood pressure and certain things. So I have to be careful. I need to be inhaling oxygen, you know what I'm saying, and releasing my CO2 and not inhaling my CO2, which is what's happening when you wear masks. I mean, the whole mask thing is just outrageously stupid, and we're not even sure what we're protecting ourselves from. I personally haven't seen nobody with no sicknesses of concern. No one around me knows anyone. At least here on this island, I hear about different things happening in certain areas of the states, but the vast majority of the states, nobody knows anyone. You know what I mean? There's not an epidemic by any means in any of these places. Only just certain cities that are having something that's been going on, right? So, and especially this island, I mean, we've had so few cases, some people that had died by, we don't even really know what they're dying from because, as many of you probably know, they are diagnosing this so-called virus on people who have all these comorbid, all these different diseases already. Then when the person dies, instead of them saying what really originally brought them in the hospital, which was probably something totally unrelated, they're slapping this virus on them, because they get paid for every one that comes in and is diagnosed with this, especially if they have to treat them, you know what I mean? For that, they get paid. So it's, behooving the hospitals to make as many diagnoses as they can, right? And so basically, they, I'm sorry, I got thrown off. There's some people around me. I kind of get distracted when people come around. But, yeah, so let me get back to my story. So basically, they had kind of rushed me about not having the mask where it was supposed to be, but I let them know, I had heard that you could kind of claim ADA, American Disability Act, and say that, if you have any kind of physical or mental conditions, even those that are not seen on the outside, that you could claim that, as a reason for not having to wear a mask or to not wear it properly, right? So I let them know. I try to bring a little bit of paperwork in, even though that's a violation of my HIPAA. I really don't have any need to show anyone anything, not in a business place. So they had apparently been cracked down on by the government of the Virgin Islands about people not wearing their mask appropriately. And so they're just being hard because they're trying to preserve their business, and I get all of that. So they had directed me to go down to the health department. So anyway, I'm going to do what I can do to fight it, because for me it's important that, this is a store that I frequent. I'm someone that shops little bits at a time just because no telling what mood I'm in, And so I find myself in that shop, several times a day. And it's concerning for me that I'm expected to come in there and immediately throw a mask on. I'm slow too. Throw a mask on and proceed to start inhaling my own waste matter, my own fumes, out of my mouth back into my nose, and that's supposed to be normal, and it's like, everybody's worried about catching some mysterious illness that, most people haven't seen come around them at all, and yet and still, but we're okay with inhaling carbon dioxide. gases. It's like, what happened to critical thinking? What happened to logic? Does anyone know science at all? Does anyone understand how the human body works at all? I mean, we are just being played. We're being trolled. This whole thing is ridiculous. I don't care what it is. There's plenty of places in the States that aren't dealing with pandemics, and they also are not enforcing mask wearing. People are living just regular, you know what I mean? So there's just no reason for this. I don't know why. Where I live in the Virgin Islands, where we've seen very little anything in the last months, why this is being enforced. Why this is being perpetrated. What is the bigger agenda? Because there's got to be an agenda. There's just no reason for this level of overdoing and um, you know, over controlling the population. All for what? There's a guy that I watch called Fullerton Informer. He has a lot of theories about what greater agendas might be at play in regards to enforced mask wearing. And also this whole concept of I can't breathe. Because as you guys know, if you remember Eric Gardner, if you go back a few years, they were promoting this I can't breathe concept back then. Now they're bringing it back around, and then you have people from these organizations, Black Lives and all of this stuff, bringing this whole thing back to the forefront again. And nobody can see that there's an agenda here, that there's a reason why they keep promoting this I can't breathe thing. And now we have mandatory masks. So now folks are having to wear masks around, which is another reason why you can't breathe right. And then on top of that, there's certain technologies and things that's coming down the pipeline. And and this is what Fullerton Informer talks a lot about. And when these technologies hit, and I'm not even going to say them because they already pull my videos down. My little page has already been censored a few times. You literally cannot speak your mind or say anything that's against or just any alternative thought on YouTube right now without being, having your stuff censored. But Fullerton Informer talks about this technology and the way that it's going to attack the oxygen molecule and cause us to not be able to breathe. So, we got to start putting it all together, you guys. Check out Gematria News. I don't remember the exact YouTube channel, but there's a really dope guy. His name's Zachary Hubbard or something. He's dope. He does gematria, so he puts the numbers together because these entities that we're dealing with, they work in code, and they code things. They're really into number play, and they always like to leave their little codes and their drops, in everything that they put their fingers on, everything they put their hands on, so that we can know that it's them. You know what I mean? And so there's a lot of coding and decoding, and so we have some people who are masterful with the decoding out here in regards to what is happening, what the agendas are, who's behind them, you know what I mean, and all these things. So yeah, check that out too. We got to get informed, and we got to start using our logic, start using our better judgment, stop going with the mainstream, and also stop allowing ourselves to be a part of organizations and things that have been long ago co-opted. You know what I mean? There's just no reason why. Like yesterday on the island here, they had Black Lives Matter had some kind of or some organization, something in solidarity in conjunction with Black Lives Matter, had an event based upon what happened with George Floyd or whatever in the States. And it was just like, I appreciate it. I know that these youth meant well and whatever. I know one of the youth that helped organize it. But it's just for me, I don't... a lot of this stuff, and there was another shooting last night, by the way, Rayshard Brooks in Atlanta, Georgia, or another death of a young brother. But it makes you wonder, when you're dealing with a society and a culture that is so fake, everything is Hollywood, pretty much everything you see in social media or on the television, which really is social media now, on cable, any other thing. Pretty much all of the stuff is fake. All the news is fake. Everything is contrived. Hardly any truth is found in any of it. You know what I mean? Or it's a spin on the truth to cause confusion. And so this is what we're dealing with. This is where we come from. And so to know that, And then every time it's just all this race baiting and black guy with, black guy attacked by white cops, and they keep just playing this whole theme. And we really don't know how many of these things have actually happened. All we know is some little video that they could have easily enacted and created with actors, crisis actors. All we have for proof of anything is a stupid video. You know what I mean? That, the videos are always sketchy. They always leave question marks in your mind. They're always silly. A lot of them, the setups are just plain silly. Like the George Floyd video. I saw so many things where I was like, really? So here we are dealing with all this stuff, and we're getting all riled up, emotionally controlled again by these entities so they can feed off of our negative emotions. Now they're rioting supposedly and doing all of this crap. Seattle's got an autonomous zone with so-called rogue marauders running around controlling it, so-called. We don't know what's going on. We can't believe most everything we see. You know what I mean? And so for me, I don't understand, the protesting and all of these different things. You know what I mean? I just feel like we're being manipulated, and at the end of the day, half of this shit is fake, and it's just trying to get a rise out of us. So, control your energy, folks. I'm going to keep it short because I don't like carrying on. But control your energy, be on top of your own, how you doing there? Your own thoughts, your own ideas, you know what I mean? Don't let nobody put stuff in your head. And don't let anyone control you through the vision, through the senses, sending you messages, implanting things in your mind based upon your senses, through your vision, telling you that you need to wear a mask in order to be healthy now. Putting in your head that, oh, all black people are this and all white people are that, and oh, there's such a great race divide, and all this stuff has been constructed. This is stupid. You know what I'm saying? All of this stuff is stupid. Nobody's saying people of color have not been through hell and back, in anywhere in which we are living and cohabitating next to, people that don't look like us. We definitely have faced a lot. But a lot of that stuff was programmed into them, just like a lot of stuff has been programmed into us, and none of it has nothing to do with nothing, because we all live here on this planet together, and even if we were different species, it don't mean we can't live together on the planet. You know what I mean? Or at least, have a peaceful understanding between us, even if we're supposed to live apart. A lot of people are going back to Africa right now. A lot of people are going to Africa. I mean, I don't say going back because I'm not 100% sure that we weren't already on this part of the world. But, a lot of people are going to Africa, trying to get away, trying to just be able to create a real life for themselves out on the continent. And I get it. I've spent a lot of time in the motherland, and you know what I mean? I get it. There's a lot more opportunity for you to express yourself as a person and as a business person and as a soul out there, comfortably without having to be compromising yourself. So yeah, that's a lot of babbling. I won't run on anymore. But yeah, control your thoughts, y'all. You know what I mean? That's all I got to say. Don't let nobody put nothing on you. Like I am going to the health department. I'm going to go deal with them trying to force me to be walking around faint up in the shop while I'm shopping. You know what I mean? And they're going to have to give me a card and a pass because I will not compromise my breath for them. Simple as that. So don't compromise your breath for these beings because you think you got to shop. It's sad that I have to shop at stores, that I don't have enough food growing. There are certainly people that are growing food in my community when I can get to them. You know what I mean? But it is sad that we're even in a situation where we are behooved, that we have to shop in somebody's store. That's a sad situation. These are the things we need to be thinking about. Why am I still shopping in somebody's corporate situation? When I'm a grown person that's been known, how I'm supposed to be eating, that I can actually grow my own. And although these are the things, and, I ask myself this. Me and my mate are planting and doing different things now, but we're not ready because folks' priorities haven't been right. So, yeah. So some things to think about. Enjoy your day, y'all. Enjoy this beautiful island. I'm having car problems, so I don't think there'll be beach time today, but we're going to just go and enjoy our lives. Peace and love to all of you.